plus 1 over 1 minus cos is 32 can be written in the form cosec squared theta equals 16. Hence, we otherwise solve the equation here, giving all values of x in radians to 2 decimal places in the interval of 0 to pi. So that's the question then. Here it is in summary form. So the first thing is to look at this part A. So part A then. Here, let's look at the left-hand side. 1 over 1 plus cos plus 1 over 1 minus cosine theta is equal to cross multiply the fraction then. More than one term, we can put a bracket. 1 times this is 1 minus cosine theta. This times 1 is simply 1 plus cosine theta. So I've unwrapped the bracket straight away because it's just one lot of. Multiplied by these two multiplied by together. Difference between two squares, so that's 1 minus cosine squared theta. So that's equal to 2, the cos cancel, so it's 2 over sine squared theta. 1 minus cos squared is sine squared. That equals 32, doesn't it? So, and what have we got then? We've got cosec squared. That's 1 over sine squared. Move the 2 from times to divide. 32 over 2 is 16. And that's what we wanted to show. So that's the first part then. This thing here can be simply written in this form. So hence or otherwise solve this equation, which is identical to this one, with theta being 2x minus 0.6. So we can just simply write this when we solve it, can't we? X goes from 0 to 180, pi radians, to 2 decimal places. So we're doing radians then. And we've got 2x minus 0.6, so part B. So here, what have we got then? We've got cosec squared of 2x theta is minus 0.6 is equal to 16, if I recall. There it is there at the top of the page. Theta is 2x minus 0.6. So we want to solve that, so let's invert this. This is 1 over sine squared, so invert it to give sine squared of 2x minus 0.6 is equal to 1 over 16. Square root both sides. Sine 2x minus 0.6 is equal to plus or minus 1/4. So let's do those two problems then. Let's draw a circle. We're going from 0 to 360 or 0 to 2 pi. Right cast. Now sine is, we'll take the sine to be the positive one here. So sine is positive here and here. So draw two lines. Mark off alpha, the associated acute angle, and write sine alpha is equal to, drop the negative if there is one to drop. So alpha is equal to shift sine of 1/4. So inverse sine of 0.25 equals, we want to be in radians mode, don't we? So we need to go 4, and then equals 0.2526, 0.2526. Okay, there's alpha. So our first solution for 2x minus 6, 0.6 is equal to, round to here, 0.2526. Our second solution will be round to here. So I'm going to put a brace on here for the two solutions. So it's round to here, pi minus. So that tells us then, move the 0.6 over. So x equals, so add 0.6 to this is 0.8526. And it will also be pi plus 0.6 minus 0.2526, and that's 2x, isn't it? So we need to take that number and divide it by 2, take this number and divide it by 2, and that will give us the x values. So x is equal to, and this is just the positive one, wasn't it? The positive quarter we took on this part here. So x is equal to then 0.8526. So let's add 0.6 here because we've already got it in the calculator. There it is there. And then divide that by 2. And we're doing 2dp. 0.43. And it's radians, isn't it? And then the next one here. So we've got that. Let's tap that in the calculator then. Shift pi plus 0.6 minus 0.2526 equals. So that was that number. Divide that by 2. 1.74. Okay, that was the first one when we had plus a quarter. Let's do the same again then. But this time we'll take the minus 1/4. So sign is positive here and here, so it's negative there and there. Draw 2 lines as before. Mark off the alpha, the associated acute angle. Write sine alpha is equal to 1/4. Drop the negative if there is one to drop, which there is. Alpha will equal 0.2526. So 2x minus 0.6 then will equal, well, it will either be, so our two solutions, the first one is round to here, pi plus 2526. And the other one will be right around to here, which is 2 pi minus. Okay, so that tells us what x is then. So add 0.6 here, pi plus 0.8526. And then it was 2x, wasn't it, here, when we moved that over, and so we need to divide that by 2. And here it's 2 pi, and then move the 0.6 over, plus 0.6 minus 0.2526. And all of that, when we move the 2 underneath to divide, we get the answer. So x is equal to here. What have we got then? So let's have a look. Okay, shift pi. And the first one was plus, wasn't it? Let's move this over here. So it's pi plus 0.8526 equals, and then divide that by 2, equals 1.997, which is 2 to 2dp. This is 2.00. And the other, that's radians, and then the other one is 2 pi, 2 times pi, plus 0.6 minus 0.2526 equals, divide the whole thing by 2, 3.32, isn't it? 3.32. Just one little adjustment here, of course. The 3.32 is slightly bigger than 2 pi. So if we go back to our calc, slightly bigger than pi, so it's outside our range, isn't it, this one? So we need to minus pi from that, don't we? So what do we get then? 0.17. So I'm going to scratch that now. And it's easily to miss because it's not in degrees mode. And it's in decimals, so that's 0.17 radians. So you'd lose a mark if you didn't make that adjustment to get it in the correct range.